Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on with Kyle Henderson, BamaInsider.com. Redshirt freshman Jerome Ford has just entered his name into the NCAA transfer portal. This comes after Jerome Ford ran for a total of 31 attempts for 151 yards and 3 touchdowns over the past 2 seasons at Alabama. In 2018, during his freshman season, he ran for 7 attempts for 37 yards, no touchdowns. And then this past season, he rushed for 24 carries, 114 yards with 3 touchdowns. And I think the writing was on the wall for Alabama running back Jerome Ford. I mean, look at all the running backs returning to the Alabama Crimson Tide for the 2020 season. I mean, we're still yet to find out the final destination in Najee Harris, whether he returns for 2020 or if he declares for the draft. You have Trey Sanders, who should be returning to the 2020 season after a foot injury. You have Brian Robinson, who will now be a senior at Alabama. You have Killen Robinson, who is a 4-star, looks like lightning in a bottle. Then you have the new signees that are just arriving in Tuscaloosa. Roydell Williams, Kyle Edwards, Jace McClellan. So I think overall it's a very crowded running back room for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and I think it just came down to the fact that Jerome Ford saw the writing on the wall and figured that he's not going to beat out any of these running backs returning. Now I'm curious to figure out and find out what this means for the Alabama Crimson Tide running back room, and if this is kind of a potential hint that Najee Harris could potentially be thinking about staying for the 2020 season. The running back situation at Alabama, there's a lot of guys on the roster, a lot of guys that can make moves, but Najee Harris, he hasn't announced, and it's already January 8th, so we'll continue to track that moving forward. But right now, we do know that Jerome Ford, as of January 8th, has entered his name into the NCAA transfer portal. For more breaking news and more coverage on the Alabama Crimson Tide, stay with BamaInsider.com. Reporting from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, this is Kyle Henderson.